welcome back to part 2 in our Diving-Beetle build. I've been doing a lot of thinking about this build, and though the kit is finished and I'm just about to release the third part and then the final reveal within the next week or two, I just wonder whether or not it's worth putting out videos on the actual build themselves. I think the painting and the weathering holds a lot more interest for viewers. So I'm thinking for my future builds, I am going to just concentrate on assembling the kit off camera and then doing the painting and weathering after that. Now, if it's a unique kit, if it's a kit that is sort of special, and I think that it really warrants a video on the build aspect of it, then I certainly will. But I think from now on in, for whether the armor or the robots or whatever I decide to do, of course, this is with the exception of airplanes, because airplanes, it's always a build and a paint and a build and a paint. But with the tanks and the armor and the robots and things of that nature, it's just going to go right to the painting and weathering stages. Okay, so thanks. I hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to mention what I've done in terms of painting and the paints used as we go along. So enjoy. So here I'm applying a light blue color for the upper arms and soon for the upper part of the legs. It's another Gunze product. It is H7 RLM65 Lichtblau, or light blue, and it's an early war German World War II underside aircraft blue. I liked it, and I picked it as I think it'll make a nice contrast to the deeper blue color that I have planned for the rest of the robot. You can also see that I've pre-primed some of the parts before I've gone to the first steps in the base coats. And my go-to primer is the fine surface primer by Tamiya. It's a really great primer. I highly recommend it. It has great coverage and a very fine, smooth surface, and shows imperfections great, so you can putty anything up that needs to be done or fix up, and dry super fast with an excellent finish. Okay, so I'm just finishing up putting the masks to cover the Lichtblau from Overspray. I'm going to be using two colors from Mr. Hobby range. One is deep ocean blue, and that would be followed by shallow ocean blue. They're both Japanese maritime aviation colors, seen on the F-15s and the F-2s. Using the deep ocean blue as a sort of a deep base, and then I do the highlight color with the shallow ocean blue. So it's going to be a lot lighter. It's not going to have that much of a contrast, but with all the weathering that'll come later on, it's really going to stand out, and I like the sort of the neutral color that the shallow ocean blue is. Now I'm using a good 70% thinner with the shallow blue. I like being able to sort of gradually build up that tone, and I have a lot more control when the paint is thin. Takes a little bit longer, but the results are really to my liking. Now just getting the forearm here. I'm using a Tamiya Superfine number 3 airbrush or something along those lines. Really good. I think it's made by Iwata actually, but yeah. So the gun and the base plates here, the running plates, I had originally painted in German Gray by Tamiya, but I didn't really like it, so I coated it again with H339 by Gunze. It's an engine gray color, and it's got semi-gloss, so it has a nice coverage, nice finish. I have plans for this gun, so it's going to be sort of a splinter camo. Here I'm just going to remove the tape, the masking tape, but you can see how light the blue is. Really love that that shallow ocean blue. Such a nice blue. So here I'm starting the first phase of the splinter camo on the gun. Now the base coat is, like I said before, it's an engine gray, Gunze 339. I'm going to follow it up with another Gunze color. It's a regular green. It's H309 green, Federal Standard 34079. The kind of green you'd see on a Southeast Asia scheme like a Tomcat or an F100 or whatever in Viet Nam. But basically what I'm doing is I'm drawing the splinter pieces onto a piece of tape and then cutting them out, and then I'll apply those over the gray that I've already put down on the gun. So I'm just going to grab the gun, I'm going to place this on top, and this will cover the gray. So the gray will be the base coat. The gray will be the first layer of the splinter pattern that'll eventually come apart. So it's kind of labor intensive, but the result I really like. I think it's pretty cool. You just cut out pieces, put them on top color, paint the consecutive color, and then repeat the process. So here's the 309, the green color. From here on in, I'm just going to put the rest of the colors in the description. There's a brown and a combination of green and NATO green. So yeah, so that's what I'll do. We'll just let the music run, and you can just watch this as it goes on. And again, thanks so much for tuning in and watching. I'm really enjoying this classic build. And part 3 is coming up pretty soon. Thanks.